There's nothing better than a tall glass of milk. Oh, that's not milk. It said milk on the bottle. Well, I gotta go to the grocery store and get me some more milk. Ugh, that first milk was awful, but I just got some milk of magnesia. I don't know why it comes in such a small bottle, but it's milk with magnesia in it, so I'm guessing this is healthy milk. I'm gonna have a nice tall glass of this. It says relief in 30 minutes. I guess that means relief from my milk craving I'm having. Funny tasting milk, but I bet you I'm gonna have a real good day. Do not do that. Do not drink a whole glass of milk of magnesia. Very, very tiny on the bottle, it says that this is a laxative. A little bit of this is going to change your day, especially how much time you spend in the bathroom. That being said, there is no milk in this. There's no dairy. This is not even close to milk, even though it says milk on the label. There are currently 5 states with labeling regulations enacted or proposed in the United States. North Carolina and Maryland has passed legislation restricting use of the term milk for plant-based milks. Those laws are designed to take effect only if 11 other southern states pass similar regulations. Arkansas passed Act 501, prohibiting the use of the terms like milk for plant-based products. Missouri has criminalized labeling foods as milk or meat when the product does not come from an animal. And now my state of Florida. Senator Keith Truenow recently submitted a proposed bill to ban the labeling of plant-based milks and meats. He cited consumer confusion. Now, all of these are getting challenged in courts, citing First Amendment rights. Previous FDA administrations have been working on guidelines to properly label foods and make sure that consumers are aware of what they're purchasing. As of right now, they said the current labeling was fine and provided a consistency across the nation. But with the new administration in place, who knows what is going to be safe? The main argument is that consumers might be misled into assuming that plant-based milks, like almond, soy, or oat, might be nutritionally equivalent to cow's milk. They argue that milk should be defined as a product from a lactating animal, which has been the FDA's historical definition. There is also an element of protecting the dairy industry. The dairy industry has suffered declining sales in recent years, while plant-based milk alternatives have surged. The shelf space that used to occupy dairy milk now occupies a lot of plant-based milks. Farmers and dairy groups argue that allowing plant-based brands to use milk unfairly benefits them by associating them with an established product. Some lawmakers argue that allowing plant-based brands to use the term milk on their label could lead down a slippery slope of allowing lab-grown meats and cheeses to use protected terms. All this actually aligns with laws over in Europe, where milk, cheese, and butter are restricted to dairy products. And then on top of that, dairy advocates argue that cow's milk has nutritional benefits over plant-based alternatives. Protein, calcium, and vitamins, where plant-based milks vary. They claim banning the term milk on plant-based milk labels protects consumers from believing that plant-based milk alternatives offer the same benefits. Now, if this is your first time watching me, you might not have noticed, but I am a completely different person. You can go back to videos, 3 years old and see for yourself. So yeah, I've talked about my weight loss a lot on this channel. I've lost over 110 pounds. You could tell from those pictures. It's been pretty dramatic. I was able to do that with the help of tracking, and I was able to track my body with the Hume Health Body Pod, today's sponsor. The Body Pod is a powerful body scan that allows you to understand your health and fitness at a level that has been impossible until now, to deliver precise weight, full body composition, and heart health. The Body Pod measures your full body composition with medical grade accuracy of 98%, which is on par accuracy with the InBody machines, which cost upwards of $20,000. You see those at the gym sometimes. See, weight alone isn't a great metric to judge your weight loss and health. I lost a lot of weight, but then it started coming back again. If I would have been focusing on diet alone, I might have cut more calories to remain in a deficit, or gotten discouraged and quit my health journey altogether. But I was able to see with the Body Pod that even though my weight has gone up, that was my muscle mass that gone up. My fat mass was still going down. I've been able to completely change my diet and life because of the tracking. There's also some really great AI-powered insights where you can learn how to sustainably achieve your goals faster with the Hume app. So gang, Hume is currently having a sale. And on top of that, if you use code MARK, you'll be able to stack your savings and save up to 50% off total. That discount code is valid for 7 days, so make sure you click the link below. And this is also HSA and FSA eligible. So if you have HSA or FSA, you can get it covered for free by your health insurance. Hume, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for creating such incredible technology helping with my health journey. Okay, we're back. Now, the main argument has been about confusion. That's the one thing that all of these politicians cite. But according to research and polling, that is simply not the case. In 2023, the FDA conducted focus groups. They concluded that consumers understand that plant-based milk alternatives do not come from cows. Now, if you don't want to believe the FDA, how about Harvard Law? They did a study in 2023 that indicated no significant evidence of consumer confusion. Or the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law. It was a study that they found that consumers are unlikely to believe plant-based products contained any animal-derived ingredients. And in fact, their study showed that it eliminated consumer confusion. Plant-based food labeling helped consumers find the products that they were looking for. Consumers were more easily able to identify plant-based products from their animal counterparts. Now, I can keep listing studies. There's a ton of them. There's polling and research from the PBFA, Cornell University, Ipsos, and the International Food and Information Council. They all found that current labeling of plant-based products would suffice for customers to understand the difference between plant-based products and their animal counterparts. It's incredible. So even though these politicians are saying it's about confusion, what else could it really be about? We have to think about all of those poor farmers, right? Ever since I was young, I was told to vote at the polls and with my wallet. If the dairy industry is suffering, that is the fault of their own. When people started looking for alternatives to dairy products, no one, and I mean no one, forced these dairy farmers' hands to continue producing millions of gallons of milk, while new companies were formed to fill the void that consumers were looking for. But instead of the dairy industry deciding to spend their money big on innovation, they decided to spend their money big on lobbying. The dairy lobby is filled with over 33 clients, which involves pretty much every major name in dairy. In 2024 alone, the dairy lobby donated millions of dollars to conservative lawmakers, many of which are the same lawmakers writing the laws that are banning the labeling and calling you too stupid to understand the difference between plant-based milk and dairy milk. Along with that, loads of money has been funneled into advertisers and influencers, promoting new trends like the carnivore diet or raw milk diet. You've got to be kidding me that we are in a time period where there are people spouting eating whole sticks of butter or drinking unpasteurized, bacteria-filled, pus-filled milk is the new healthy trends. You've got to be kidding me. We are literally living in the time of idiocracy. Oh, and I forgot the nutritional profile argument. That's a tough one. I might concede. There are many different plant-based milk alternatives. A lot of them are really unhealthy. Lots of them have sugar added, gums, flavoring. Oh, wait a minute. That's chocolate milk, strawberry milk. Those have been around for decades. But we also have chocolate and strawberry oat milk. But some plant-based milk alternatives are not good for you. They are loaded with sugars, gums, emulsifiers, flavorings, while other plant-based milk alternatives are just what they are. I didn't need to go to a specialty grocery store to find these. I just picked them up at my regular grocery store. This is filtered water and walnuts. Nutritionally, this is 120 calories for an 8-ounce serving. 1 gram of carbs, 11 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein. It doesn't have nearly as much protein, but does have calcium and potassium. Same thing with this one here. Water and almonds. Good amount of calcium and potassium, and only 130 calories per 8 ounces. And even though cow's milk does have more protein, it also has more calories and more saturated fat. In a country with an obesity problem, that might be an issue we want to look at. And some plant-based milks are far better for you than dairy milk. Hemp milk, it's great for your heart, blood pressure, and cholesterol. Other plant-based milks are high in fiber. They have calcium, they're just good for your bones. And pretty much all plant-based milks are far, far better for the environment. On top of that, over 50 million Americans are lactose intolerant. They can enjoy plant-based milks without suffering. The alternatives exist for a reason. Now, I'm not trying to push plant-based milks. That's not the agenda of this video. The agenda of this video is common sense and freedom of speech. If you want to make a difference, I know this is a small issue, but it is a slippery slope. Call your senator and let them know that you are not dumb and you understand the difference between plant-based alternatives. As a consumer, you have a right to choose. The dairy industry doesn't need any more help. Bottom line, labeling restriction laws appear to be more about dairy industry protectionism than it has anything to do with advocating for the consumer. Again, call your senator and make sure you ask for a response. Otherwise, it just gets noted and pushed away. If you want to help stop the Florida legislation before it becomes law, call Senator Keith Truenow. He's the one who wrote this bill. Tell Senator Truenow that you don't appreciate being called stupid. You understand the difference. Most people do.